Some of the key features with the TrueBlend SmartBlend 5 model are it's easy to use and intuitive, feature-rich display. The home screen shows the set and actual percentages for your recipe that you've entered. It also has the capability to store 3,000 recipes or 4,000 resin names to be part of your recipe. The feature-rich display also supports 12 languages. It can also run 12 vacuum loaders and 1 pump per blender, but you can share pumps across multiple blenders. So for instance, if you had 5 blenders, you could distribute the pumps across the blenders and then have those pumps assigned to operate loaders on different blender component locations. The next unique feature about the SmartBlend Model 5 is its incremental dosing. We call it feed-forward dosing. It's a special algorithm to increase the accuracy of the dosing of your system, as opposed to competitive models that just dose one time and then try to make up for it in the next batch. Conair is very proud of the data that we gather as well. We're completely transparent with the data, and we share that through the user interface, or it can be downloaded as well. We also keep track of some statistical calculations that are referred to as process capability, commonly called CP, which is a system's ability to hit a target repeatedly. And then we also keep track of one called CPK, which is different from CP. CP is really sort of creating a dosing target where you're creating a repeatable amount of dosing. And then the CPK shows how well that repeatable amount of dosing is centered upon its target. So we keep track of this data as well, and it's viewable real time, or it's downloadable over all of the doses that the system has created. The next unique feature is real-time troubleshooting and dispensing diagnostics, as well as user-defined alarm parameters. A customer might want to set a particular type of alarm to be informative, or more specific to shut the blender down. But it is all user-defined. All the alarms are settable and changeable from the default that we ship it with. So you can set these alarms as being urgent or passive or merely informative. It's all your choice. As I mentioned before, the data is all stored internally. It's available real time. These key process indicators that are inside the system provide you with a completely transparent view of how things are working within the system, and you can view these for maintenance purposes or for QA purposes. You might want to download these and use them in your QA analysis. The next item is eliminates the need for manually compiling information from one blender to the next. So you could have a number of blenders, pretty much unlimited, where the data would be moved off to a stored system that will allow you to run reports on the data or queries on specific pieces of information, such as dosing or the batch quality, the types of resins that have run, the performance of the blender, things like that. In addition to the internal information that we gather with the system, the TrueBlend SmartBlend is also capable of working with Conair's IoT solution called Smart Services. The system is capable of interfacing with Conair Smart Services for purposes of gathering key process indicators, providing real-time alerts, either by text or by email, setting threshold warnings around particular parameters that you'd like to monitor more closely, as well as machine control for remote access. For instance, a maintenance person may be off at a different factory than the factory that's having a particular issue, and he can use Smart Services to dial in and do maintenance troubleshooting remotely. So smart services is another feature that the system has. Next, we have a unique mixer design that we've put a lot of research into, not only from the user capability for operators to use, but also for housekeeping purposes and for maintenance purposes. We've designed a continuously welded, leak-free mixer. Unlike a lot of the competitive designs, the front door on a lot of competitive designs acts as the front of the mixer, where ours, the access door is a completely separate door from the mixer, and then the mixer is removable for cleaning, and it's also continuously welded to be leak-free. The next unique feature about Conair TrueBlend SmartBlend blenders is its dosing valve mechanism. We use a directly coupled air cylinder to the dosing valve so that there's no clevis pin or clevis cotter to hold the pin in place. It reduces errors that are caused by these types of pins that fail and then fall into your process. You have the confidence of this direct connection of no failure of any mechanical parts breaking loose and getting into the process.